Hello, everybody. My name is Chachi. Welcome back to My Humble Opinion. Today it's going to be a solo one again. Sorry, it took a little while. I was trying to work out things with Tom, but stuff didn't line up for us. So it's going to be me this week. He'll be back to talk about the Super Bowl, what happens in it. Anyway, let's get to who's playing in the Super Bowl. I know it's been a while, so we'll start with that. The championship games. First, we'll start with the AFC Championship game, which was, in my opinion, not the greatest game to watch. Kind of thought the Patriots would win. Did not think they would struggle as much as they did on offense, considering the Broncos had a very tough time with the Bills. Even though I would say the Bills are a better offensive team as far as weapons and everything. I mean, even though they're much maligned. The Patriots, just their offense hasn't looked good the whole postseason. Their defenses look very good, though. I got to give them that. Even though they played Jared Stitham, who I think they should have, I thought they were going to beat anyway, but I thought it would be a little more convincing than 10-7. This game was weird though, because the second half was kind of all marred by the weather. You really couldn't do anything. Both teams couldn't even kick field goals. It was a mess, and Jared Stidham was just Jared Stidham. Eventually that's why I picked the Patriots. I thought they would win the game. He's going to make the mistakes and just not be very good. He's just an okay quarterback, solid backup, but I don't think he's going to beat a team as polished as them as far as like everyone's healthy for the most part for the Patriots. They have their quarterback. Drake May, though, I will say in this playoff run has not been that impressive. But I also will say he's a very young quarterback, so whatever. You never apologize for winning. You can only play the teams you played, and they're winning. And now, honestly, they're one game away from making the Super Bowl. As for the Broncos, you had tough injury problems at the end that kind of hurt you. Fluke things like Bo Nix's injury. Even if it happened in the locker room, it's still crazy and kind of a fluke. So hey, Broncos, I will say this though, I don't know how many times you're going to get this close. So you always want to win that game. But, you know, tough break. We'll see if they can come back next year when I think it will be much more competitive in the AFC. It's going to be a lot of better teams back, okay? Buffalo's going to retool. Ravens, it's going to be tough. And Chiefs especially, okay? Anyway, not much to talk about in that one. This game was a wild one. The NFC Championship game, the Los Angeles Rams at the Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks won 31-27, as you can see on your screen. Really good game back and forth. The Seahawks had kind of the momentum in the beginning, and the Rams kind of got it back on a bad penalty. But overall, the Seahawks offense was rolling. Had a couple plays. I don't want this one to be missed. Cooper Kupp saved an interception that could have really flipped the momentum of that game. He just not hit the guy in the back, so he couldn't go for the ball. It's a really good play by him. While Sam Darnold did play a great game, I just want to make it clear he made a couple mistakes that weren't intercepted. It's kind of like if you don't watch the game, you don't see these, but still don't trust him. I know he played a good game. I was still leery. I think he's a good quarterback. We'll see. That the strength of that team is by far their defense right now is playing well, and Jigba's a great player. Jackson Smith, he's a really good receiver. My God, I was very impressed by him in every way. Their whole offense very well run. Same thing with the Rams. Stafford played tough, kind of back and forth. They had a chance at the end, and Seattle stops them, wins the game. Kenneth Walker played a good game. Overall, Seattle just did what they had to do. They were home. Divisional game was tough. They won it. Rams, I think, will be solid as long as Stafford comes back next year. But hey, you have nothing to be ashamed of. He left it all on the field. Just couldn't win the game. Really entertaining game though to watch. So that sets up our Super Bowl, which is going to be the Seahawks at the Patriots in San Francisco. Shout out to Bad Bunny doing a halftime show, but yeah, it's going to be wild. I think it's going to be a really good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. A lot of people think it's going to be a blowout. I do think the better team has been the Seahawks, but it's a one-game kind of deal here. So all you have to do is win one game, and the Patriots are a good enough team to win this one game. And I've said it the whole way through. Mike Vrabel is the kind of guy he's not going to He's not going to beat himself. So you have to beat his team, and no one has been able to do that. He has kept it kind of steady, minimal turnovers. Even though there were a lot of fumbles in a couple of these games, it could have went the other way for them. They fell on him. That still counts. He kind of makes you beat yourself. So if you don't beat him, they will win that game. Same thing. Sam Darnold got to keep not turning the ball over. If he plays like he played in that NFC Championship game, they're going to win this game. I will say that. But I want to also give credit to the Patriots defense. It has been very good as well. They have been very good in the postseason. Excellent, great, whatever you want to say. They've been great. They're going to be tough. If they can keep that rolling, they have a really good shot in this game. I would give the slight edge to the Seahawks just because they're on a heater. But I do think it'll be a better game than people think, and I give the Patriots a shot. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be fun. I just think they have kind of this magic carpet ride going where they're just playing everybody tough. I think Mike Vrabel is going to keep the game close, and their team, Drake May. And if Drake May plays a great game, I mean, you never know, man. It's just how it's football. Momentum sport. You never know, and they're a good enough team to win it. And Seattle's not perfect. I will say that. That's just not a thing anymore. We don't have teams like the Cowboys in the 90s and teams like that and the 49ers in the 80s, the 85 Bears. You don't have teams like that anymore. They're just really good. They don't practice as much. It's not going to be like they're going to win this game kind of deal. It's going to be a good game. I really think so. I do think overall this season, before the Super Bowl starts, this season in general was a little weird. A lot of crazy stuff happened this year. Injuries, teams not playing as well as we thought they would. My Ravens, the biggest one. So it's been a wild season. This is kind of the Super Bowl you thought. Shout out to Mike McDonald and Mike Vrabel, two really good coaches. I think it's really been a fun season. So either way, whoever wins, it's going to be a show. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be great. Now that we got that all out the way, by the way, Stefon Diggs, also want to say, has played really well for them, giving them leadership on the outside, making tough catches for Drake May. He's really been big for him, honestly. Guy's been really good, really clutch. Some of the catches he makes, I mean, he's a great player. He always has been. He just kind of got a couple years there where kind of wanted to be traded, had some injuries, and people started to think he wasn't good anymore. I'm not going to say he's great. He's not as good as he used to be, but he's still a really solid player. And he's kind of like D-Hop, but a little better, where like you want those guys on your team to make the tough catches. Now, sorry this is going fast too, guys, but it's just me. I just want to go over everything so we can enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. I just want to get the show out there, give you my opinions on all this stuff. So let's get right into it. Now we're going to go right to the coaching stuff. A lot of coaching stuff happened. So the Ravens filled out their complete coaching staff. Anthony Weaver's going to be the DC. OC is going to be Declan Doyle, or Declan, the Bears offensive coordinator, even though I know Ben Johnson calls the plays. What do I think of hires? I think time will tell. Ultimately, I'm okay with them. We'll see how it goes. Had a lot of people saying favorable stuff this week at Super Bowl about the Ravens front office. I think they do it the right way. But again, we'll see a lot of young people getting a shot here. I love Anthony Weaver's hire. I know he hasn't been the best in Miami, but I just like it because he's a Raven. I feel like there's pride in that for him, and I think it's going to work out. And our coach is a defensive coach, so he's going to kind of be monitoring the whole thing. I don't know if Anthony Weaver needs help, but he'll be there if he does. I feel like he's going to have his hand on that, his imprint on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, this is this guy's chance, so I feel like Declan Doyle is going to do a really good job on trying to be the best he can because he wants to get people to see him for head coaching jobs next year. So that's always good to have motivation in that regard. He is a little young, I will say that. So we'll see how it goes, though. But the Ravens, hey, new chapter. We'll see what's going on. Got a lot of people they got to re-sign. Hopefully they get Likely back because I like him a lot. I've made that clear. But either way, we'll see. Now, the other signings. We have, I think I talked about McCarthy. And if I haven't, Mike McCarthy, I don't think it's a terrible hire. We'll see how it goes. Always, you never know. The Browns, there's the one we have not talked about. Todd Monken. I actually really like that hire. I think Todd will do a good job helping Shedeur or whoever's playing quarterback. I think they should start with Shedeur regardless because I think he at least earned that. The guy showed he came to work. He played hard. He made some plays too. He's a young quarterback. Like I said, I think people were too hard on him, and I think people were giving him too much praise when he did the littlest things. I think it was on both sides. He's a solid. I think he can be a solid quarterback in this league. He's a really good quarterback in this league. Hell, maybe even great. Who knows? I just think he needs to get an opportunity, and we need to treat him like any quarterback. He's going to make mistakes. It's fine. Just give him time. But Tom Monken, as much as I thought his play calling sometimes for the Ravens was a little up and down, and he would forget the running game, I think he'd be a good head coach. I also think that was somewhat on Harbaugh. He just kept letting it happen. You got to say something sometimes. Even though I get you want to let your guys do your thing. We already been over that. Regardless. I think it was a good hire. I think he'll be a decent head coach. Definitely like it better than Stefanski in Atlanta. I don't really understand that whole deal. Even though I get he by all regards a good coach, the proof's not on paper, man. It's just like this nice guy thing. I'm like, you got to win some games. And everyone keeps telling me how talented the Browns defense is, and I agree with you. I just don't understand how they're this bad. If you're an offensive guru, get me 20, 25 points a game. We win in most of our games, man. I don't get it. So, I don't know. Just kind of weird to me. maybe try someone else. That is a good team, though. If he can't win with them, they have a lot of talent. That's on him. He's not as good of a coach as you guys said he was. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Now, the other guys we got, did we go over? Who have we not gone over? Let's go to John. I think we went over John last episode. But I just want to say I think he's going to be good for the Giants. Now, I believe they're getting Greg Roman in some capacity on the team, which a lot of people are crapping on that. I don't think Greg Roman's a bad coach, especially if you want to get your running game going, which they have really good run. If Scatterboo comes back healthy with Tracy, I'm just saying, with that running game, darts mobility, I mean, it could help. I will always root for the guy. Do I think he's a great coach like everyone says he is? I don't know about great. I think he's a good coach. I'm not going to go great. I don't see that. But I do think he could help this team. And hey, I'll always root for him. Good luck, John. Hope you do well with the Giants. I'm glad you got a job you really wanted. All love. Not that he cares who the hell I am. I'm just saying. But yeah, this coaching cycle's been wild, man. Who'd the Raiders hire? Clint Kubiak? I believe it was Clint Kubiak. They hired somebody. I have to look that up. I believe it's him. But overall, I thought all of them, you can't really make a distinction on these coaching hires until we see how they coach. These guys are new to the job, a lot of them. Even though Kubiak, they said, is like, the guy, right? But we'll see. So a lot of people are high on them. Ex-quarterbacks, ex-GMs, they're all saying how much they love the guy. We'll see. I don't know. I just want to see these guys coach. I'll give you my grade on. And like anything, if the players don't perform, I can't blame them. Robert Saleh, I think, got a raw deal with the Jets. We'll see how he does with the Titans. Everyone's like, oh, he's not a good coach. I don't know. We'll see. It's just my opinion, my humble opinion. But let me guys know what you think. I think the Super Bowl is going to be great. Everyone be safe. Have a good time. Eat wings. Eat pizza. Party. Watch the halftime show. And let's let all this political BS go. Everyone just love watching the game and appreciate people for their art. This country, just everyone relax. Anyway, peace. I'm out. Bye. Take it easy. All love.